Well, hey, friends, good morning. It's Josh. Today is Wednesday. It is what my boss calls Wake Up Wednesday because this is the middle of the week. Some people call it Hump Day. It's the hump of the week. We're getting over the hump of the week. But yeah, so listen, my name is Josh. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the channel at On Walt's Time. More on how I came up with that name later. And yes, I've blurred my background because I'm at home and that's my kitchen, and there's so much going on. I really wanted to keep it from distracting us from the topic of today. So today I want to give you a life update. I'm going to try to keep this at 5 minutes or less for your viewing pleasure. And so I want to first thank all of you who are liking and subscribing, everyone who watches my shorts that I post. Thanks for coming along on the journey of my life with me. There's a lot that's been going on the last several years in our lives as our kids have grown up and they've begun to move out of the house. And now we're empty nesters with our puppy, Jackson, our 2-year-old Dapple Dotson, who will probably bark several times while I'm doing this. Anyways, so let's talk about life updates. Here's an update. So, about a month ago, after many years, so many meaning more than 5 years of not going to the doctor for annual full physicals, so did blood work and was not really worried too much because I felt fine. Things feel fine. I've been getting a little tired, a little more tired, putting on a little weight, getting flush, and realizing that after eating certain foods, I start to feel weird. And I just chalked that up to getting older. And unfortunately, it's more than that. I'm Josh, and I'm a diabetic. And I wear a CGM device on my arm, a glucose monitor on my arm, and it tells me when my blood sugar is too high, tells me when it's too low. Right now, I'm using the Freestyle Libre 14-day version. I'm on my second one. Started on my left arm, now on my right arm, and I'm about to go into the Dexcom G7, which is this amazing update. But learning a lot about what I can and can't eat and how things in certain foods affect me. Let me talk to the younger Josh. Let me go back to the Josh that was 21 years old, was a dad, had 2 children at the time, and was over 390 pounds, almost 400 pounds. To the 21-year-old Josh, who was a full-time district manager in retail, to the 21-year-old Josh, who was also an overnight 911 dispatcher, who was trying to do his best to provide for his family financially and through insurance and benefits. Let me go back to that 21-year-old Josh. Let me go back almost 30 years and say, take care of yourself. When you had that thing that you thought was a heart attack and they told you it was GERD because you were eating bad and you were sleeping right after eating and you weren't exercising and you were gaining weight rapidly and your triglycerides were out of control. When you listened enough to lose weight, listen enough to make that last. So over the last 20 plus years, nearly 30 years, my weight has fluctuated on and off. And not just my weight that was the issue. I, I had a lot of metabolic issues too that I didn't even realize. So I realized I was gluten intolerant about 12 years ago. I've had a gluten-free lifestyle, have been eating gluten-free since. Um, that's helped. A lot of inflammation. I've lost a lot of weight and kept it down just because of that. And so what I want to share is this. 21-year-old Josh, stay active. Walk at night. Walk during the day. Don't sit a lot. And if you have to sit a lot, get up and move. Stay away from the excessive sugars. It might taste great, might feel amazing, but stop. Take it easy. Pace yourself. Because now, almost 50-year-old Josh, diabetic, insulin resistant, and it's a little scary, and it's a little thought provoking. And you start to realize just how precious everything that you put into your body is. And you can also realize just how toxic to your individual body that some things are. So, to the 21-year-old version of you from the 50-year-old version of me, take care of yourself. Hey, listen, I'm going to keep you along this journey and we'll see where I go. It's been a month and here's where I've landed. Yes, I'm diabetic. That was number one. Number two, by changing my food intake and watching what I eat through the CGM device and by paying attention to what's going into my mouth, I've been able to lose 9 pounds in 4 weeks. And I haven't done anything different with exercise. That's 9 pounds down. And so now I feel a little bit better. I feel like I have more energy. I am following doctor, nutritionist support and their guides. So this isn't some fad diet I'm trying to do to lose weight because the point isn't to lose the weight. The point is to lower the cholesterol, lower the AC1, lower the triglycerides, and get everything rebalanced. So that's where I'm at. So I'd like to invite you to stay along for the journey, not just for the cool little anecdotal videos I do on theme parks and things that I love and enjoy, but also on this journey of health. What's up next? Well, like and subscribe and you'll see. But it has something to do with the cross and staying fit. See you next time. Bye.